Hey everybody, C-Note here. How you guys doing? I hope everyone's okay. So today I wanted to talk about helping INTPs understand that you're not the only robots in the world. And I think what's important about this topic is we get kind of fallen into this stereotype of being a data-driven, cold, stoic robot, which I think is like, sure, you can use those as descriptive words, but I think in terms of the concept of being a robot, I don't think that is exclusive to any personality type. Let me explain. What I mean by that is that INTPs, again, we associate with being a robot, but that's because we are using our dominant function, and our dominant function happens to be TI, or introverted thinking. And if we're using introverted thinking, that is something that we don't necessarily have control over, that being our dominant strength, just as much as an ESFP doesn't have control over an SE being their dominant strength, right? So in a sense, every single personality type is somewhat of a robot, just following the programming of their cognitive functions. That doesn't mean we can't grow and adapt and change and update our programming, but for some reason there are INTPs that assume that we also can't update our programming, that we can't become emotional, that we can't become someone that learns how to be out in the world, that we can't grind and get some good work done, that we can't put in an honest, hard, good day's work out in the world, right? That for us, we're just stuck in TI and we're just these robots and we can't learn how to feel, right? That's just nonsense. That's silly, and it's a mindset shift. That's what needs to happen, is understanding that we are not TI dominants because we are this inferior version of what society expects of us. This is just what we were given. This is the superpower that we have to contribute to society in some way, shape, or form. Everybody has a version of this. So the reason that I came across this topic, or I thought about it rather, was because I've been spending time with Personality Hacker. They're good friends of mine and also a client, full disclosure. And I spent some time with them in Washington, D.C. at one of their profiler training events, and we went through what were called embodiment exercises. And if you're involved in the profiler training event, you get to participate in this. And it basically means that we get to learn how to try, and I emphasize try, we get to try to embody the different personality types and different cognitive functions in a way that, like, we don't actively try to do. We try to understand functions as best as we can. We learn about them. You can describe introverted intuition all day, but do you know what it actually feels like to actually use introverted intuition? There are people out there who have no idea what it feels like to use introverted thinking. They don't understand what that process is like. So what was revealing to me was that through these processes, we were trying to do SE, for example, and we were trying to take in as much physical detail in our space as possible. And with a room full of mostly intuitives, we were not doing very well, right? So, and conversely, if you take someone who is trying to do introverted intuition, which I was trying to, and I thought like I was doing it, but then you hear introverted intuitives describe what their experience is like, and it is a completely different ball game. Like, you have no idea what you think they're experiencing. Once they describe it and explain it, it is this otherworldly, like, whoa, this is crazy, right? And they develop these worlds, these ideas so quickly in their brains. It's really amazing. So think of it that way, in the sense that when you get to introverted thinking and people are trying to emulate, or they're trying to put introverted thinking into their cognitive stack, like they're trying to simulate it, and they can't do it very well, it's like this moment of like, oh, right, yeah, you don't see how hard it is, huh? Or for us, it's easy, but you don't see how valuable it is, I should say, right? So they were very rudimentary exercises in terms of like, in terms of scope. Like it was just very simple, sort of like 2-minute exercise, but it was really helpful for a lot of people in the room to understand the value of introverted thinking. And that's what I want to present to you, is that through understanding that other personality types are just being a robot version of themselves, that we are just working off of our own programming, that introverted thinking is also a part of that. And it's really a part of you understanding that you are a part of everyone, that you have a role in society, that introverted thinking is not just this ostracized, nerdy thing that doesn't fit into society, but that you have a role in society because other people can't do what you do. right? So that's the idea. You are not just a robot. You are a wonderful human being that can help people understand and parse data and collect it and organize it and put it into the world in a way that is amazing and creates all of these systems that TE users can take and then put out into the world and create something. But TE can't do anything unless TI users are doing something to create it, right? There's so many people that I've helped through this YouTube channel or through my podcast through the information for my ability to deduce and work through all of these concepts, right? So that's TI in action, right? You would not think of that as an emotional healing function, but it's something that totally is. I've had people come to me on this on Reddit or something and say that I'm an INFJ or an INFP or something like that because I'm emotional. It's like, no, man, I've had emotional experiences and I can share emotions through my logic, but logic is not an exclusive thing to INTPs, meaning logic is not the only way that we can see and experience the world, right? Emotions can come out through logic, and most of the time, emotions are already coming out through logic in the things that we are adamant about being correct about. If you're adamant about being correct about something, that's an emotional experience. So, just so you know, you're always being emotional regardless of whether or not you think it is. So you are not a robot, you are a human being. That's the plan, and that's the point. Every cognitive function is both being a robot and a human being at the same time. So the idea here is that, and don't get mixed up on like the actual logic there. Like I'm trying to present an idea. The idea that you being a robotic caricature of yourself is not accurate, and if anything, that caricature is holding you back, or it could be holding you back. That caricature could be something that is making you think that you can't grow, that you can't be any different than who you are right now, and I'm here to tell you that that's not true at all. That is not the point, that is not the plan. So we're going to keep doing videos like these to help parse some of that stuff out as we go forward. But if you want to get a head start, you can go down to the Cosmic Calibration program at bit.ly/CosmicINTP, all lowercase, and check that out. So you can get started. It's 15 segments, 45 minutes to an hour each. Just me talking and sharing my own personal experiences and logic and thought processes of how to grow as an INTP and connect to the universe and think of yourself as someone that can actually contribute on a big scale to society, because INTPs can be incredibly powerful. INTPs are arbiters of the modern world with like Google and the internet, and all of that is very INTP stuff. It's all very TI stuff. And the world needs us. The world needs you. So go ahead, sign up below, or just leave a comment, leave a like, or share this video, or just, I don't know, go do something else. That's totally fine. Do whatever you want. I don't care. It's totally fine. I'm just glad I got a chance to talk to you about this. And if you have any comments, again, leave them below, and I'll talk to you guys next time here on Cosmic Calibration. Right now, dopamine, So, and you can check out the podcast also, dopamine.life. That would be fantastic. All right, catch you guys later. Peace.